So here we have an example that we can use for smallest difference for two number from the two list. So this algorithm is basically trying to find two numbers that have smallest difference from two lists, right? So if we have a look at the list here, list 1 and list 2, and as we already know, we're going to receive it from the functions and then sort it right here. So if we properly sort it, these will change into proper number. So L1 will turn into this sorted list, and then L2 will turn into and this type of list, right? And so that will be our sorted list. So we don't need these two lists. So that will be our sorted list for this code. And yes, and we will have an index initialized into 0, and we will have smallest from initialize it into infinite, and the current difference as well. And the smallest pair is for the answers. We will collect it, the answers right here. And if we have a look at while loop, we have to compare the index, right? And if both of the index haven't ended, then we'll still continue until the length of that list is done, right? So here, first num will look at the index 0, and also index 0 here in the second list, and we will compare the list right here. So before we jump into the if function right here, I want you to focus on this right here first. This is the if function that we have. We can use it for keep tracking the smallest difference, also in the pair, right? This if function will keep track of the number. So right here it will keep track of which smallest difference is that currently right now, right? If the difference in small two number is currently smallest, right? It will check from the current and the smallest. Well, it will keep track on it, and then also the pair is also assigned to the smallest pair, right? It will keep storing in the smallest pair, and the first num and the second num, instead of the difference. So that way we are keep updating. So we'll just call it, this is updater. That's the worst P ever. So this is updater and tracker. So, and this is updater and trackers, and this is the answers that it will return at the end. If we look at the if functions right here, is the most simplest if function ever. So it will go first num and second num. The value will compare. If the first num is less than the second num, it will increment the index of 1, which is basically right here, L1. That will be moved from this here to this one right here, right? And if its second num is less than the first num, then it will move here, right? So, and they don't move at the same time, they move at different period of time, so that we're trying to find the smallest difference, right? We don't want to move at the same time, because it's just we're trying to combine which one is we're trying to find which numbers are like the smallest numbers. And so they will calculate the difference like as we expected, and right here the second will be the larger one, so we put it on the front. Over here the first will be the larger one, so we put it on the front, and we increment the index of that, right? And that way we can get the difference. Right here we will return if. So if two lists have only one number each. For example, if L contain, like say 7 and L2 contain only 6, then that will be the end of it, right? So if that's the case, then this is going to be or the first num and the second will return right away right here, right? So well, it will go first. The first num will go first right here. It will be I mean the first num will be right here first, right? And it will increment and have a look at if this is the first num and the second num are already decided, right? It will check, and if it does, then it will return right away. So that will be the last resource. I mean the last pair, right? Otherwise, we will keep on continuing and calculate the difference and try to find the difference, the number. So let's have a look at how it will look like in the calculating this whole for loop. I mean the loop thing. So as we can see right here, I already write down some of the code that we just saw. We'll look at the number which is sorted evenly. So we will look at right here. So from the first one, let's say this will be the first and this will be the second number. Okay, so that will be -5. So -5 minus 6. So that will give us -11, right? Well, if we look at the difference, the first will be smallest and the second will be the largest, right? And that's why we go into this if functions, and then we'll have -11. But since the first num is smaller, so it will move right here. And that -4, so it will go through here, and the CD will compare with the smallest. And if the smallest is infinite number, right? So CD is smaller, so it will update. Infinite is greater, so CD will update the smallest, and it will keep track on this if function right here, and it will keep track on that. So the CD, I mean, we will return back and see if -4 is, I mean, the first num is larger than the second one. No, it's not, so it will continue on here, and this will change into -4 minus 6, right? And that will result into -10. So we will increment and update again, and the F will move to right here, 0, right? 0 minus 6, -6. I mean, yes, -6. So we will check it. We will update the smallest, and we will check again if this one is greater than the second one, the first and second one. Now it's not. It will move right here. So as I'm just gonna jump here. So it's not. So we will look at 2. 2 minus 6. It will result in 2 minus 4, right? And we will look at 7 here. Now we are looking at 7 is the larger than 6. So it will move to the second here, second option right here. So that will be 7 minus 6, right? And so 7 minus 6 result into 1, right? And that's the closest. If we if we look at the difference on each number here, that will be a lot of hassles. And also, you can try it if you want, but that's what the algorithm will do it, and it will keep on comparing the smallest difference. I mean, the closest difference on two numbers. But in right here, we only have this 7 minus 6 for now. So this is the answer that we're looking for, and it will return that pair of number into our result. And that's our code for today.